Hi, my name is Ozzy Johnson. I am 16 years old and I've been living pretty good so far. Uh, can I get a new chair, please? This isn't comfortable.
Hiya, I'm Demela Wilkin, but my last name is Simmons now that I am a member of the Simmons family. I am also 16 years old and life is awesome, you know? I can't complain.
Hi, I am Kate Simmons. I am also 16 years old and yeah, my life is going great. My mom and I have met some great people. It's so nice to be here. Hmm? Oh, sorry. Uh, Hey, my name is Jackson, but my original name is Ethan, but preferably I want to be called Jackson. And I'm 17 years old, and I'm happy to live a good life with my aunt. Life here is great. The woods are a lot bigger than the area I used to live in. At first, I wasn't pumped about it. Me and my dad moved everywhere to the point where nothing felt special anymore. The longest we stayed was at Woodville, but after my actually, never mind. I would rather not go into detail. Anyway, I love it here so far. It reminds me of Woodfield, but a lot bigger in comparison. There is also this waterfall I like to swim in. I think my dad likes it too, and we won't be moving anytime soon. Or at least I hope not.
It's awesome here so far. It's so peaceful and down to earth. It's my style. The space is wide enough to do some cool activities. The lake is crisp and clean. This may be a bit personal, but this place gives me so much more freedom than the uh, other places I've been in. So yeah, my life here is awesome. I couldn't ask for more. Nope. Life here is great. It's a place to clear your head from the stressful things in life. Me and my mom moved from a big town to live in an area more subtle. The woods are a great place to go for a walk. It's not one of those dangerous kinds of woods. The woods we have are actually peaceful. As soon as me and my mom moved here, I already thought I was going to like it here.
Life couldn't be more great since me and my aunt have worked so hard to get here. Me and my aunt have been through a lot since then, and I'm grateful to have a house in an area that is quiet, not the car we used to live in. During that time, my aunt was working at a market to have a little money. Soon she had enough to buy the house we live in now, and I take care of the house myself and let aunt rest. She tells me I do enough and I should take a break. But, I can't help myself. It's the only house we ever got into, and I want to take care of it. When I was 14, I used to love going outside exploring, hoping to find something strange as an everyday hobby. Sometimes I go out for walks, but now not so much. I just read my novels and watch funny shows on television. Also, I play sports with my friends, especially Demela. Baseball is my favorite. I've been practicing my pitches, and one day I want to be a world traveler. Nobody else knows this, not even my dad, but sometimes I practice martial art moves because my dad wouldn't pay for lessons, so I learned on my own. You want to see? Oh, come on. I'll show you. Scared I'm gonna hurt you? Hobbies, huh? Well, I love to skateboard. I did it a lot when I was younger. Miss Simmons gave me a skateboard as a home welcoming present. I ride it all around town. I also have a bike too, but I love my skateboard more. And look, I also love to draw and make some awesome cartoons. I think I want to be a graphic artist someday. I love to play video games and read comic books. I also like to play different kinds of sports too. I like playing hockey a lot. My parents taught me when I was young. I haven't played it in a while, but right now I like playing basketball and baseball. Yeah, soccer too. But if I had to pick, baseball is my favorite sport. I like playing it with my friends, especially Ozzy. That guy has a mean pitching arm. Oh, and one more thing. I have this flute I play sometimes. I play it while I was in music class. I can play a little. Oops. Messed up there.
In my free time, I like to read magazines, gossip, shopping, you name it. I'm sure you already noticed by my cute outfit. I like shopping online for different outfits, cute clothes, shoes, perfume, and makeup. I like to go in person too, but I like online more for those times where I really don't feel like going out. I also like to cook, making sweets mostly. Took my mother a while, but she finally let me cook in the kitchen on my own. Back then, me cooking in the kitchen was a disaster. I also studied piloting. It's a career choice I took interest in. Not sure if it's going to be a permanent choice, but we'll see how it goes. I also do like to play sports. Tennis is my favorite. I go to a tennis group in town. And on top of that, I like to play with my friends.
What I like to do in my own time is to go fishing at the lake. Fishing is my most favorite hobby, a time to just let loose and wait for the fish to bite. I like to cook as well. My aunt taught me to cook different things, and eventually I learned to cook on my own and make my own recipes. I even managed to make my own chili sauce. Another thing I like to do is swimming. When it's very hot outside, I head to the falls and take a deep swim. It's where I practice my swimming the most. This is to prove to Adi and Demela that I don't just work all the time. I have hobbies too. At least Caitlin already knew I'm more than that because she knows me the most. Demela is such a cool girl. She's so fun to be around. She's so playful and nice. She could be mischievous too, and I like that about her. She was different when I first met her. She was a little grouchy and serious. She didn't want to be bothered. And when I was going to get pizza, I saw her sitting on a curb, and she didn't want to be bothered. She was poking a puddle with a stick. She was dirty and smelled like garbage, but at the time I wanted to help her. And just like that, she got adopted by the Simmons. Her personality changed to being more cheerful and down to earth. I guess that's how she's always been, huh? And her living on the streets messed her up for a while.
And another thing, after spending time with her for a while, I developed feelings for her. She was a girl who was chill and can be just as playful as I am. Weird thing is, when I first saw her, it wasn't love at first sight, but she did get my attention. She's oblivious about this attraction I have for her. She doesn't seem to like a romance type, to be honest. But I do think it's too early for romance between us. But it's best to wait, and I'm happy being her friend.
Caitlin's nice. She has a very bubbly personality. Her and her mother greeted me and my dad very nicely. They had brownies too. Kate is the kind of person I hang with when I want to simply see a friendly face. Her mom is nice too. Speaking of brownies, are there some at the snack table? Jackson and I had a bit of a disconnection when we first met. At first, it seemed like he didn't really like me when I got here. He was kind of mean, to be honest. When I saw him, he was pretty reserved and didn't mess with anyone. He was either sleeping on his chair or chopping wood. We ended up talking and hanging out one day, and, well, it turned out that Jackson was jealous because Kaylin was hanging out with me and not him. He got bitter about it. He also thought that I liked Kate, which I don't, but I can tell that he does. Also, this was before Demela came along. Silly, I know. But after we talked about it, we made up. But how do I feel about him personally? He's a decent guy. He's a hard worker, and he clearly cares a lot for his aunt. He's one of those people that are neutral and don't get overexcited about things, but he'll crack a joke and mess around every now and then. Ozzy? First off, great dude. This may sound a bit odd, but I owe the man a lot. If he hadn't found me on that curve, I wouldn't be here in this interview. Ozzy took me to see Jackson and Caitlin. I went to see their families and told them my story. Ozzy in general was a decent guy and open-minded. I love that he didn't judge me. He was able to accept me and enjoy my foolish behavior. Maybe because he's also kind of foolish himself. Again, I owe the guy a lot. Out of everyone, he was a friend I had the most connection with. He basically saved me. Yeah. Caitlin is the best friend and technically sister I never had. She is a kind person and was willing to share her things with me. We have different interests, but it doesn't affect anything. Except she likes sports like I do, so that's a plus. She's a good person. I have nothing negative to say about her. Her mother adopted me for Pete's sake. I love having her mom as my mom too. When I met Jackson, he was a neutral guy, but he gave me a comfortable welcome. Definitely a guy mature for his age, and that's what's strange to me. When I see him now, he is always keeping himself occupied. He's either chopping wood, sitting on his chair, fishing, etc. I honestly never seen a teenager like him. He's the only teenager I know that loves doing chores. Normally kids like us avoid doing those things. I know I do. But I know there's a personal reason why he's doing these things. It's for his family, and that's good on him. I respect the guy who does everything he could for his family. I am still getting to know more about the guy, though. He seems like a cool dude in general. Ozzy was a funny guy when we first met. He was easy to talk to and play with. He told me that it wasn't his first time moving, and I can tell. Even since he got here, he looked tired, but doesn't make it too obvious by what I can tell by the least. Bottom line is, Ozzy is an awesome friend. I am happy he's doing fine. I still think there's more about him. Some days he's fine, and other things I feel like he's hiding something. Demelo was a surprise when she first came to our neighborhood. She was dirty and smelly. She was quite grumpy too, but I would be as well if I'd been outside for too long and didn't have a bath. But when Mom decided to take her in and get her cleaned up, her personality changed, and she turned into the nicest girl I've ever been with. I am glad she is able to live with us. She's into some interesting stuff. She likes sports and art, and she's a great artist too. She is a pretty cool girl to hang out with. She's such a breeze. Jackson was the first guy I've met since I moved here. He was shy and very sweet to me. To make me more comfortable, he made me a pecan salad with fish when I was starving. He impressed me with his cooking skills. Knowing him for a while, he can be quite stubborn and likes to keep to himself most of the time. He also won't hesitate to tease me and fool around me. He has a goofy side to him. That side of him he doesn't show around Ozzy or Demela. That's why they think he's serious most of the time. For his age, he's pretty mature, and he takes no nonsense. That's what I like the most about him. How do I feel about him? Uh, he's an alright guy, I guess. He can be a little annoying, but he means well. He seemed to get along very well with the others. When I met Ozzy, I didn't know much about the guy. I just thought there was nothing special about him. Until eventually I did get along with him, and I say we're good friends. Demela is a nice girl. I've hung out with her a couple times, and she's really easy to get along with, except when she was dirty and had nowhere to go. The Simmons family took her in. Girl's been through a lot, I can tell. But after she got adopted, she became more easygoing. She's very close to Ozzy. She's immature and can come off foolish at times. I can see why Ozzy liked her so much. I can see why Kate does too. With that girl, there's never a dull moment. Caitlin and I have known each other for the longest. When I first saw her, she was sweet and nice. She was literally the first person I had a real connection with, other than my aunt, of course. Once upon a time, it was just me and my aunt. No other people moved here for a while until Kate and her mother showed up. And again, Caitlin had a cute personality. Again, she's sweet and a little sassy. But hey, so am I. That's a side she gets from her mother, I think. I like her a lot. She brings out sides of me that I never show to anybody else. I'd do anything for her.
Bye. Thanks for having me, guys. See you later. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye. Take care, guys.